Hey guys, Jesse here with Cisco Academy Help, the video tutorial series that hopefully helps you dive deeper into the world of Cisco and all its technology. The point of this video tutorial series is to help illustrate the information that you've read throughout the week and how it associates to the labs and the packet tracers they have you go through. Again, you might find video tutorial series that go faster through these different labs, but my goal is to really try to dig out the information in which they're trying to relay to you through each step of the lab or packet tracer. That being said, we've done a lot of packet tracers thus far, and we've gone through a lot of the lab stuff, but now we are going to have a skills assessment. In this case, we're going to just jump right into the packet tracer and go over the information. Again, if some of this is not all that clear to you, please go back and watch some of the previous videos where I tried to illustrate a lot of the different chapter information. And if that still doesn't help, go back and reread your chapters and try to figure out what information you're lacking, because the skills packet tracer assessment is meant to just go right through the information, just go one step to the next step to the next step, and it's hoping that you've studied well enough to just be able to go through the packet tracer with no help, no hand holding. You just know what they're talking about when they ask you to do it. So from here, our objectives is to finish the network documentation, perform basic device configuration on the router and switch, and verify connectivity and troubleshoot the issues. You can, if you would like, to go ahead and print out the PDF associated with this lab. It will be helpful to go ahead and write that information down as you're going through it, especially if your instructor has you go ahead and build this in hardware. You have that information at hand. And that's something I do suggest if you ever do any of these packet tracers in a actual physical lab, to print these out beforehand so you can have them on hand, because if you're working with a partner or you're by yourself, you need to be able to share or show that information as you're working through the lab. Okay, our scenario. Your network manager is impressed with your performance in your job as a LAN technician. She would like you to demonstrate your ability to configure a router connecting to two LANs. Your task includes configuring basic settings on a router and a switch using the Cisco IOS. You will then verify your configuration as well as configure your existing devices by testing your end-to-end connectivity, and then it gives you a little note about how to complete your packet tracer here and the scoring and things like that. Just with your scoring, you start off at 15 points. It's because you already have a bunch of these PCs connected and talking, so it kind of jumps you up. So don't get freaked out by that. You need to, reset your activity or anything like that. It will automatically give you 15 points out of 100. Okay, from there, our requirements are to provide the missing information in the routing table, to name the router and configure that in your switch as well. So let's just go ahead and provide that missing information for the routing table. We can go ahead and just scroll right up and look at that routing table. You can see right here you have a college device, and depending on if you've reset the activity or whichever one you've started with when you first open up, these names might be different, the IP addresses might be different, but what we're doing is all the same. So that doesn't matter. So that being said, you can go ahead if you have the PDF and you can go ahead and write this information in, but it's asking right here to go ahead and complete the information by writing in your default gateway for your VLANs 1 on Class A and Class B. Well, you can look right here and see this is a 20.10, and that's associated to the 128.107 20.1, and that's going to be your default gateway for that, as well as student 1 and 2, and then the 30.1 will be the default gateway for Class B, as well as students 3 and 4. So you could write those in right here in the default gateway area. So let's scroll down and go to the next step. It says name the router college, and the second switch class B. You will not be able to access class A. So don't need to worry about that. We're just focusing on the college router and class B. So we're going to start with college, and we're going to go through all the configurations for college, and then we'll work our way down to class B, and we'll finish the configurations up for that. So we'll go into the command line interface tab, into user mode, and we'll go into configuration mode. From here, we're going to go ahead and type in host name, and the host name is college. Make sure it is case sensitive, that you enter in a capital C. And there we go. We're up to 18 points. From here, it wants us to use Cisco as the user exec password for all lines, and then class as the privilege exec password. Now, underneath there it says encrypt all plain text passwords. So what it's asking right there, again, is to enter in the secret password command for the privilege exec password and not the plain text one. Okay, so to do that, we'll type in enable secret, and we'll type in the password, which should be class. Yep, and it is case sensitive as well as spacing sensitive, so make sure you don't put any extra spaces or any uppercase. There we go. Up to 21. Let's go ahead and secure our VTY lines, our console lines. We don't have to worry about our auxiliary lines. We just have to worry about those two lines. So line console 0, password Cisco. Make sure that we put that login command there to make sure that the password shows up at the login screen. And then we'll type in our VTY lines. Now, depending on the device, you might have 0 through 4 or 0 through 5, and then, or 0 through 4 and then 5 through 15. You can cover all bases by entering the 0 through 15. And then again, you can cursor up, or arrow up, that is, to your previous commands. A new password, Cisco, and then login. Okay, exit out of that, back down to configuration mode. Encrypt all plain text passwords. To do that, service password encrypt, and that encrypts all our plain text passwords if we have any. Okay, configure the appropriate banner, and this is going to be a message of the day banner. So banner, message of the day, special character, warning. If I could spell warning. Do not enter. Special character. Okay, there we go. Configure addressing for devices according to the address table. Okay, so we'll scroll up. And we're in the college device. So we need to go ahead and set up the interfaces for Gigabit Ethernet 00 and Gigabit Ethernet 0-1 and the appropriate IP addresses, which will become the default gateways for your end devices. Okay, interface Gigabit 00. We want to go ahead and give it the appropriate IP address, so IP address 128.0.107, that is, .20.1. This is a /24, which is 255.255.255.0. At this point, you could do a description if you wanted to for when you come back to look at this configuration later. You can say link to what is this? Link to Class A. Class A. There you go. And then we want to bring the interface up. And we do that by typing no shut. and the interface is brought up at that point. Let's go ahead and do that with our other interface. You can arrow up and back, then backspace and go to that interface. Okay. Give the proper IP address. 128.107.30.1. Again, 24. Description, link to class B. And then no shut. And we bring the interface online. Okay, let's see, is there anything else we need to do for this? Appropriate banner, device, document interfaces with descriptions, including the class B. So we gave that description, then save configurations. So let's go ahead and save our configuration at this point. We'll go back down to privilege mode. You can type exit or you can hit Control C and it'll take you back down. So copy running to start, enter, and there we go. We've saved our running configuration. Okay, at this point we need to go over to class B. Pull up the command line interface. Go from user mode by typing enable. We're into privilege mode. We want to configuration mode, conf t will get you there. And then we want to change the host name. So host name. And this was class B. Yep, class B. There we go. Next, we need to give it the appropriate passwords. So again, we want the encrypted version. So enable secret. If I can type secret. Class. And we want to secure our management lines, or management interfaces. Password, Cisco. Make sure it shows up on the login by typing login. And line VTY 0 through 15. Arrow up if we want. Cisco. Login. And then exit. No, exit. Okay, from there, encrypt our password, service, password, encrypt, appropriate banner, so banner, message of the day, special character, warning, do not enter, special character at the end, okay. Configure addresses. Okay. Do that. We're in class class B. So we'll give it the appropriate VLAN. So to access the interface of VLAN 1, because normally, I mean, other than VLAN 1 always comes standard on any switch that you have. It's already active. You don't have to, or not active, but it's already created. You don't have to recreate it. But technically, if we're going to, we would go ahead and type VLAN 1 and then name it if we wanted to, and then we could exit back out. And then we would want to go ahead and add an IP address to that VLAN by typing interface VLAN 1, and now we can go ahead and add the IP address. 128.107.30.15/24. And again, within Packet Tracer, when you enter the interface of a VLAN, it does not always bring the interface up. So once you get into the habit, especially within Packet Tracer, of bringing an interface up, so we go ahead and type no shut. And we exit. Okay. Okay, it doesn't ask for it right here, but at this point we also need to put in the default gateway in the switch. And again, that is for networking reasons, and it's not because of, you know, the switch needs to know where to send the packets of information that comes in. It's not that's not the reason. It's for routing reasons. And if you go back in your chapter, you read it. It'll tell you. I forget which section, but you can definitely read up on that. So from here, to do that, we do IP default gateway 28.107.30.1. Don't have to put the subnet mask, just the IP address. Okay. Copy run, because we need to go ahead and copy our running configuration to our starting configuration. Right, yep, save configuration. Copy running, start, there we go. Very good. Okay, verify connectivity between devices. Before we do that, we want to go ahead and make sure that our PCs have the proper IP addresses. So we'll click on student 4. We'll start here at the bottom. Go to our IP configuration. And yep, if we look right here, we can see that one of our PCs does not have the proper IP. It has a 20 instead of a 30. And it does not have its default gateway, which it needs to be able to communicate back to its router. 30.1. Okay. And let's go ahead and check this one. Okay. You can see that we have the proper IP address, but no default gateway. So let's go ahead and enter that. 7.30.1. Okay. And then our default gateway for PC2, or student 2 that is, 28.107.20.1. Okay. Oh, wrong tab. Desktop. 28.107.20.1. And there we go. Let's see if there's anything else that it wants us to go over. Let's see, verify connectivity between devices. Troubleshoot and document any issues, implement the solutions necessary to enable full end-to-end connectivity. Okay, so to do that, we can go to student 1, and we're going to go to the command prompt. And we're going to go ahead and select ping, so that we can go ahead and ping between two different devices. And we'll select one of the PCs that are over in Class B's network. I'll take a couple of tries here, but it will go ahead and start. There we go, handling packets. And we can do a trace route within here as well if you wanted to verify your connectivity, but we're good with ping. So we do have connectivity. We can do that from student 2 as well. Command prompt, ping 28.107.3.25. And there we go. Hey, everything's up and running now. We are good to go. And we have completed your Skills Integrated Challenge. Hope this was informative. Again, if you have any questions or issues, definitely either leave it within the comments section, or you can email directly at not Cisco Academy Help at gmail.com. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as I've seen that you've left a message. If you have any questions or comments, definitely let me know, or anything that I missed out at. I always try to put as much as I can into these videos. So just let me know if you have any questions or issues. Again, don't get freaked out by all of this. Lean into this. It will become easier and easier as you go through each one of these classes and each one of these different skills challenges. I hope this was helpful and informative. Again, my name is Jesse, and you have yourself a great day.